Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am going to be on today for about 40 minutes before we start our beautiful morning, our beautiful day of the Modern Sages launch of the most amazing day ever. I just started out with I joined a 20-day cacao ceremony, and so this was day one of the beautiful cacao. So I'm just finishing up with my beautiful cacao. I have the most amazing morning brew from Tranquility Rose. It's the cutest candle, and it smells like, I love the smell of coffee in the mornings, and it has like that beautiful, kind of like a coffee smell, and I love it. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. So if you are viewing, go ahead and write your name in the comment. For some reason I can't see who is viewing, so go ahead and write your name in the comment, and then if you're interested, we can definitely do a little bit of an overall reading for you. I just wanted to see who is watching, because it says I have some viewers on here, but I'm still learning all of the things. So if you want to have a little brief reading, we're going to do some mini readings this morning. Please go ahead and comment your name, and we can definitely get started with just doing a couple little mini readings. Hello, Carrie. I am so excited for you to be a part of this beautiful morning and this beautiful day. So we'll definitely dive in. So I will go ahead and do some readings as well. Before doing that, I just wanted to first acknowledge how this day is going to go. At the beginning of each day, or at the beginning of each hour, I have a new amazing woman who is embracing the medicine within, and we will be jumping on a Zoom call, and that Zoom call will be broadcasted onto this group. And then if you have any questions, or if there's anything stepping up in your space during that time, we'll have you can write some comments or anything, and we might answer some stuff. But really today is all about getting to know women in our community who are connecting to the medicine within. And at the end of each time, it's going to be about 20, 25, 30 minutes. At the end of each of those, we will be doing a giveaway. So it will be kind of a building up to the giveaways and listening to these beautiful women and building that community and that soul tribe. And then at 5 o'clock today, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I am going to be going on and giving away a really beautiful, big, giant giveaway, which is really fun and exciting. And then I also have I have an opportunity coming up in October for you to join in finding a deeper connection to your ancestors. And so this is going to be a really great announcement of a free challenge that we're going to be doing, and so that will be coming later today. So let's get started here. I know, I'm so excited. You're gonna love what we're gonna be doing, Carrie. It's gonna be so much fun. Hi, Katie. Welcome, welcome. So I wanted to just hop on first, and I thought about doing some little mini overall readings. You know, as a medium, when I do one-on-one sessions, I do tend to lean in and get a lot of deep guidance and understanding. And today I kind of wanted to do an overall experience about our ancestors, because that's what we're going to be really focusing on in the month of October, is getting guidance and connection and deepening that with our ancestors. And so I really wanted to just kind of get started in that space right now. So I'm just going to jump in and get started here. Hello, Penny. Good morning. Thank you for joining. We have a lot of fun things going on today. And so I'm just going to kind of get started with doing some little mini overall readings from our ancestors. And, I would love for you to comment if I'm asking you a question and kind of just get some guidance in that space if there's anything stepping up for you. I haven't done readings like this before, so I'm a little bit nervous, but it will be really fun to give it a try here. So honestly, I'm going to start here with you, Carrie, since you were on first. And of course, I always have my pen and paper And I'm just taking some notes here as we get started. And we'll be doing this for about 30 minutes till about 12:40 or so, because then I got to get ready for the rest of the day. So let me lean in first with Carrie here. Go ahead, Carrie, place your hand on your heart. Take a moment to breathe. Hello, hello, Mika. Welcome, welcome. Clear any of the heaviness, the anxiety, the worry outside of your space. We'll hone into this. It's beautiful because as I'm leaning in and connecting in, I just really feel like there is, of course, so much unsurety right now going on in life, or it can feel like there's an illusion of unsurety, of uncertainty about the future, about what it holds, about if you're in the right space, even if you're doing the right things for family and even for your own self, for your own self-expression, for your own business in a lot of ways as well. And it's really beautiful because I see these two men come alongside you, and I see them like with these huge wings, like these big supporters. And I feel like this is definitely connected, bridging your dad's side and your mom's side together. I feel like there's two men bridging that space for you and like wanting to help carry you along the way so that you don't feel like you have to walk and create the path and to do everything on your own. And so I feel like this is just a really great reminder that you don't have to do everything on your own, but not only that, that you can definitely have people there to help support you and to love you and to embrace who you are, so you don't feel like you're carrying the weight or carrying the burden of it on your own. And alongside that, it just feels like this helping to break through this illusion, or like these smoky mirrors of what your true purpose is. And it can get so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day things that it's easy for us to forget that space of surrender and trust, and they have the perfect place for you set up, and it's going to come easily and effortlessly. It's just surrendering and to just be in the flow of creation in your own life, of creation in your own body, and finding that balance between the two is a really big key aspect of this. They will help manifest other things to show up in your life as well. So I just feel like they just really have like helping bridge both areas, knowing that where you came from, there isn't disharmony within the family lines ancestrally, but they're here to work together in partnership to help you move forward in a beautiful, powerful way, in helping you remember that as you rely on God, as you rely on your ancestors, that it doesn't always have to fall upon you. And of course, you know that, you've experienced that, but it's just a reminder, because there can be times where it's easy to fall back into that illusion. And so they're just wanting to help bring you back into that space of remembrance, of serenity, of trust, of peace, of love in that regard. And I also feel like it's important to see the balance between both family lines together, because there can be a lot of separation, a lot of heaviness, a lot of back and forth. But knowing that just because maybe things like that are showing up in the physical realm, or that has been the physical realm's existence, that doesn't define who it is that you are as an individual, as a human inside of you, that you are whole and complete, and that you had to come from both of those lines for a purpose and for a reason. And it's bridging all that together, that the light and the dark doesn't have to be separated. It can be one beautiful lesson. And I see that circle of completion in your space there, of knowing that there is a reason why all those things showed up for you and are showing up, but that doesn't define who you are as an individual, but really honoring your love and your support and your beauty in that space, because there's so much that you have to offer. And so don't cut yourself short either, but call upon your dad, call upon your ancestors, call upon all those who came before, and deepen that connection with them, because there's so much that you have healed and you have learned and you have changed, but there's so many gifts that lie on your family lineage as well that really want to help manifest and come forward for you, and especially with your littlest. Um, I feel like she's got a lot of beautiful gifts that are just starting to blossom and to bloom, and like you're a huge aspect of bridging that. And so I don't know, there's going to be a lot of beauty. And I don't know if she has, so your daughter, I'm connecting into your her biological's dad, his grandmother on the mom's side, I believe. Um, she also was really bridged into that space, very connected, um, and wanting to help her, just support her and love her. And I see like a bunch of roses connecting into that space. Um, so she has a lot of lineage there to support her in embracing her gifts as well. But you were here, you've been called here for a reason with her as well, to help her embrace that beauty. So I don't know if that all makes sense to you. Let me know if you have any questions, Carrie, but that's, the overall thing I feel like is coming forward right now in life is just that overall space of surrender, of trust, of beauty, of love. It's just really coming into that space. Does that make sense, or do you have any other questions about that, Carrie? If you're still on, I hope that you are. Yes, thank you so much. So spot on with what was going on. I needed that so much. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Carrie is going to be one of our girls speaking today, and she is amazing, and she's actually coming on next, so I'm excited for that. So thank you for being here, and I'm so excited for what we can create together. Okay, Katie Bevan, are you still on live, Katie? And if so, are you open for a reading? Please hop on and let me know if you're good to go. I would love to tap in and to see, what information comes forward. Yes, beautiful. Okay, as I said, I haven't done readings like this before, so it's kind of fun to give it a try. And this is what this group is all about. It's all about intention, of trying, experiencing, surrendering, and just stepping into our unique medicine in a safe space. So we're trying it out. Here we go. Okay, Katie. It's interesting because as I connect in overall with you, Katie, it feels like there is some beautiful, there's a lot of beautiful feminine support that is showing up in your space right now. And honestly, I feel like there's 5 or 6 ladies where there's deep ancestral roots of people who are coming into your space. And I also feel like, Katie, what really wants to be made known and manifest to you in this space is honoring your beauty, in the aspect that it feels like they want to be here to help heal and move all this heaviness out of your heart. And as I'm also connecting in, I feel like on your dad, so on your mom's dad's side of the family, I feel like there could be a lot of women who held on to grudges, or who held on to a lot of, how do I word this? A lot of rejection, or maybe holding people back. Good morning, Amber. Holding people back from maybe like letting people in is like putting up these walls of safety or security to not fully allow people in. And it just feels like who you are and what you've experienced in life is someone who's so sensitive and so tender in so many ways that it can feel easy to be burned, or it can feel easy to want to put up all these walls so that you can be safe. And it just feels like, especially on your mom's dad's side of the family, there's so many relatives and ancestors who want to help you release any of the trauma that could be holding up in your body. And I'm seeing a lot of built up energy in the hips and in the lower back, in the knees. And I feel like a lot of this is a collection of ancestral trauma that's also been passed down. And it feels like they want to help release that, so it doesn't need to be in your space, so that you can have your own beautiful space of growth, of healing, and actually give you permission to have healthy relationships in life, whether it be, romantics or just like friendships or family members. It feels like you've been very aware, conscious of accepting other people for where they're at, but almost like sometimes it's a detriment to who you are, where it can hold you back from being able to express yourself fully, as a way of like wanting to help others versus like giving yourself permission to sit within, to heal within, to like really see what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and like standing up in your space and your voice and like owning that without feeling bad about owning that. And once again, the whole time I'm like feeling like I need to protect my heart and like hold this really dear. And so I actually put lime essential oil on my hands, and I'm like placing it in my heart center. And lime to me is one of the most cleansing essential oils you can use. If someone doesn't like to use sage or it's a little too witchy for them or whatever, I will place the lime like in a diffuser or whatever to cleanse the space. And so I'm just adding this lime cleansing effect into your heart as well, because your heart, it feels like there's been a lot of wounding that's taken place, but it also feels like you're on this rainbow bridge, you're on this path to accepting and loving and supporting your own heart and stepping into your own freedom in your heart. And I just see your mom's dad side of the family wants to let you know that it's safe to do so, and that you have all the freedom within. And it's time to step into that space of knowing that you're safe and knowing what truly is in the flow for you of why you're here. It just feels like it's time, and you have support on the other side to secure that time. So let me know if that makes sense, or if you have any questions about all of that, Katie, as I'm leaning in a little bit more. I don't know if you play music, or if you play the piano, or singing is a thing, or if you used to be very musical and haven't done music as much right now, but it just feels like it's really great also to play music, or to allow music to heal your heart as well. And there is this beautiful song that I was listening to today. It's called "The Power Is Here Now," and it's one of my favorite songs. It just helps me feel so inspired. It is by Alexa Chellin. Let me write it in here. But I feel like even that, I feel like even her music there, or just giving yourself space to actually start playing music or diving back into that space, will also help heal your heart in a way that's safe and doesn't have to feel like heaviness. A lot of times we get into this trap of healing has to be hard and heavy, and we have to go through the darkness, which, yes, we do need to embrace that side of us. But at the same time, sometimes all we do is stay in that darkness, that we go into this cycle. And so bringing in childlike love, we hear to enter into the kingdom of God is have childlike love and innocence. And child healing is so powerful, but also music and playful things and things maybe you did as a child really can help you embrace that. And so it's even participating in those things, or going for a walk where you went as a child, different things like that to really embrace that. But music is a big thing too. And I feel like your ancestors will also be speaking to you in the next 2 weeks through music a lot. So even if you have Spotify just on like a random playlist, or maybe you have friends who send you songs, I just feel like songs is going to be a really beautiful way of clearing into your space as well. So I hope all of that makes sense with you. I'm just sitting back into this space one more time, finding some kind of instrument, even if it's a drum, if it's a rattle, if it's piano, singing. Creating music is going to be a big way to also help open up, heal that beautiful heart center that you have within. It's really beautiful and so tender, so I really love that. Is there anything else? I see the circle of completion. Thank you so much, Katie. I just want to enter into your space and help your heart heal, offering that lime into your space. And even if you have boiled limes, like even if you don't have lime essential oil, you can rub it on your heart, on your chest, or even if you don't, if you have limes in the fridge, you can cut those up and boil them on the stove and just create the aroma in your house. Clearing and cleansing. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay, let's move forward. Thank you, Katie, for being here and joining. And I would love for you to also join in for all of our other calls today. We have amazing women coming on once again. We'll be doing giveaways at the end of each of their calls of how they've been able to embrace the medicine. And so I'm just really excited about where we're moving forward with this group. Penny, all right, Penny, are you here? And if you were here, please message me and let me know that I can get started reading into your space. Thank you, Katie. Awesome. Okay, Penny, thank you. So give me just a moment here, and once again, this is kind of like a little overall where you're at in life, what your ancestors want to teach. And I'm doing it this way because in the upcoming month of October, I have some really exciting, fun, different challenges that we're going to be exploring together as a tribe about embracing our ancestors. And so I'll share more about that with you tonight. Okay, so let's connect in here, Penny. I don't know if you've been feeling a lot of tension in your chest or in your lungs or in breathing, or maybe that's just like allergies that are coming on or whatever that is, but I just feel like there's a lot of energy that I need to break up right here in your chest. So I feel like it's like there's a lot of this heaviness, a lot of this stress, and so I just feel like first of all we need to break it up. How funny. Okay, look. I have all these things everywhere, but I got a quarter right here on the floor, right by some of the things that I have, which is funny because I didn't even realize that. Okay, so let's sit here with this. Opening up the heart center, opening up your lungs to breathe. I feel like, especially on your mom's side, and this could even be your mom and grandma, but it just feels like there's this space coming within of them wanting to help you see that it's okay to breathe, that it is okay for you to enjoy life, is because in the past 5 years there has been a lot of trauma, there has been a lot of stuff going on, and it can feel worrisome, like, can I really move forward in life? Or if I start to feel joy, then I feel bad, or things have to be heavy for me to be present, me to be here. And I just see them saying that you have gone through so much healing, especially when it comes to your mom and your experience and what you've done and who you are. And it just feels like there's this sense of wanting to give you freedom at this time in life in the next month to really give yourself permission to embrace being here and being human, and knowing that it is okay for you to breathe. It is okay for you to experience life, and to know that you're not alone, and that you don't have to suffer. Of course, we all go through emotional heaviness and hardship, but like who you were 2 years ago from who you are now is so much different. But our ego, our mind, all the things around us would have us believe that maybe we haven't grown, or that we aren't in a space of evolution, or that we're not in a good area of life. And I just see them wanting to call that out as it is, and to like even invite you to write a list of all the lessons that you have learned. And maybe that's having a big calendar on your wall and writing the lessons that you learned in the day, or the good things about the day, helping you raise that frequency to be connected into this physical realm. Is because when we're going through emotions and grief and loss, and even when we're going through healing, we can get stuck in all of the heaviness. And so this is an invitation to raise that frequency of writing like the beautiful things that are showing up for you, the things that you look forward to in the day, or the things that brought you joy in that day. recollecting that, writing 3 of those things down, there's just so much in that space that feels like they really want to help you see, to feel, to know, and to fully embrace that beautiful space within, because it's time to just breathe. It's time to just be free and to give yourself permission to breathe. And especially during this holiday season, it feels like even the memories of even when your son was younger and the costumes and all of that, it just feels like there's a lot of these memories to come forward of like remembering the good and the beauty and the excitement of the past years in this month of October moving forward is such a beautiful space. And so maybe even lighting a candle every night or whatever it is that you want to do in memory of your ancestors, it feels like there's this recollecting or this calling in a playful way of bridging that communication and knowing that your heart is free to breathe. It's free to connect. It's free to have that within your space. So this is just a perfect place to be able to playfully breathe and have that deep connection of really giving yourself permission to know that your loved ones and your ancestors are so proud of the growth that you have gone through. But now they just would invite you to be able to be more playful and like embrace life all in of itself, because there's still so much for you to live for. And there's still so many people in your life, in your circle of influence, in your family that need you here and that need you to be with them. And not needing in like a needy way, but like your presence matters here and now, and your soul's journey is still here and now for a reason. And you will be reconnected to those who have passed when the time comes, but it just feels like this remembrance of like being here now, loving here, experiencing with those who are here now is such a sacred aspect of this human journey that if we allow grief to hold over us, it can pull us back from fully embracing that. So I just feel like they wanted to leave that with you. I hope that makes sense with you. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense or if you have any additional questions before we move into a new area. But I wanted to thank you so much for giving me that time to connect in, and it just feels like giving yourself space to breathe. And even if you are feeling that blockage in your lungs, there's beautiful herbs. There's like fenugreek and thyme or mullein or lobelia that can help open up your heart, that can help open up your lungs to give you capacity to breathe. And so, of course, we know that Mother Earth has given us all of these things. And so, honestly, even if that feels like a calling to you, like even having mullein in a capsule or as like a medicinal tea, mullein doesn't have like black or green tea in it, but it can be a very beneficial substance to help your lungs like literally open up so that you can heal even further, because plants do have a spiritual and a physical. It can help on all aspects: emotional, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspect. And so sometimes our body might have a blockage or something showing up where maybe we add an herb, but that herb is also going to help us heal our emotions. So if we're taking mullein to help heal our respiratory or our lungs, that's also going to help our energy body to be able to breathe or to be able to have freedom, which gives our spirit space to grow, which helps our mind be more present here. So you can see that all of those things do work together. And so, of course, if you have like a local shop or anything around you, or if that feels drawing to you, mullein would be a really great support in helping open up your lungs to breathe. So, anyways, love you to pieces. Glad you could join. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to keep moving forward. These are just little mini readings. Beautiful. Okay, Amiko, it looks like we have, once again, if you are wanting a reading, go ahead and type something in the comments, maybe like some angel wings or some prayer hands or something like that. We have probably about 15 more minutes of readings. Okay, Amiko is here. Let's have Amiko join in for a reading. Actually, I don't think that we've ever had a reading, Amiko. I know we've tried to set something up and things just haven't fully worked out, but I love who you are as a person, and I'm excited to also actually have you on today um, as one of our guest medicine women. And for those who are listening now, today at the beginning of each hour, I have a new amazing woman who is really focusing on embracing the medicine within, who is going to be showing up. And in this space, this is really all about empowering, honoring, and like listening to the call within. And as we embrace the medicine within, it gives us a sweetness to life. It helps us navigate, have this brightness of hope, of love, of excitement, of joy. And so this is definitely what this soul tribe is all about. And I feel like listening to other women share their experiences and share what works for them can spark an interest for us to say, hey, does this work for me? How does this work? Do I love this? Is this something that really calls to me? And in that space, we can help evolve and grow and expand together, all with an open mind. And so that's why we're having so many amazing women on today. Beautiful. Okay, so Amiko, let me just take some time to connect in, and then Marissa, I believe, will also connect into your space afterward. So thank you for being here. So let me just take a moment. I'm bridging things together. Be here now. It's actually quite interesting, Amiko, because as I am connecting into your space, it feels as though the heavens are like opening, and then I'm like looking up into the night stars and the night sky. But I just keep hearing the words like, it's okay to be here now. And it just feels like there's this bridging of, it can be easier to not fully be in the physical body or not fully be in this present moment at times. Like there's so much going on, and sometimes things in spirit or in emotion can feel a lot less heavy or a lot less sturdy or structured, and it feels like your spirit is just such a free spirit that sometimes being in the body or bracing, it feels like bracing in the body can be kind of a challenge, like a fight back and forth. Yeah, grounding. Yeah, and so it just feels like there's this space of like giving yourself permission to be here now. And I don't know, I feel like your gift of channeling is going to open up very strongly if you so allow it to be here. Definitely hard to be in the body right now. Yeah, and it just feels like when you can find that bridge between heaven and earth, between your three chakras above and your lower with that heart center, it almost feels like it can open up this new sense of expression, of channeling if you so choose to, but even channeling the stars or the plants or like even flowers, like giving you the space to connect into all of that consciousness and to bring all of that into balance is what I feel like it's really opening up to. And so knowing that as you take that time to even go to the basics of taking care of your body or of doing those things to bring you back into your body, and it's even like imagining like Peter Pan when we have that shadow, when he has that shadow that's like running around and it's like he has to like tie it to the bottom of his foot. It almost feels like being in that space and like almost like energetically like tying your soul back down to the bottom of your feet and like breathing into that space of just seeing the beauty in the body. Honestly, I feel like is going to be a huge gateway in moving forward and helping you embrace channeling or energy or doing other things in that space more effectively. And not only that, I'm really drawing into your dad's side of the family and even your mom's. Actually, I'm seeing 4 generations back on your mom's side, is there were these women who were connected to the land, who would make poultices and who would make dirt and like put dirt on people's skin for healing and different things like that, or make soups or broths or whatever it is to help those people heal. And I see someone coming who can't breathe, and I see them laying them by a fire and like putting like this huge cloth over them and like doing all these things to help heal the body. And so it just feels like you have so much support in the past that also wants to be bridged into this space. But a lot of their work was body work. A lot of their work was healing the body, and as they took time to connect to the body or learn of the body or learn of the healing elements of the body, which is similar to what you've done, has helped them recall those ancient ways. And so remembering that or experiencing that within yourself, I feel like is a really beautiful space that could be a possibility of growth and of your next spiritual space. And so I just think that's so amazing, and we can definitely dive into that further as well another time. But even just sitting with that, like diving into the body will open up different elements where maybe even someone's knee is hurting and you can channel in messages from the knee or from the energy of the vibration of the knee that's stuck there. And so channeling is going to be a big thing coming forward as well. But in order to channel fully, it's embracing the physical to bridge that gap between heaven and earth, between the stars and Mother Earth is what it feels like. So very beautiful. I hope all of that makes sense with you. And I feel like right now that's something just to sit on and to think about. Well, I'm going to have a couple more ladies come in, and then we're going to close up our channeling for the day. We could do this forever, which is seriously so much fun. And I'm so grateful for the beautiful cacao that I had a ceremony with earlier today, because I feel like it's just brought in this beautiful space of playfulness. Makes complete sense to me so far with my energy healing too. I love that. That's so beautiful. Very beautiful to bridge all of that together. Thank you, Amico. Okay, so let's jump into, we have Marissa. It's Marissa, correct? So Marissa, let me know if you're here, as well as Katrina, no stress. I know you're just hopping on, which is totally perfect. If you're probably not aware of all the things going on today, Katrina, but today, for the next little bit, I'm going to be doing some readings, and then we have some amazing ladies who are going to be coming on. We're going to be doing some conversations where they've been able to embrace the medicine within and what they have done, because really this is all about embracing the beautiful medicine within and how we can dive deeper into who we are and empowering ourselves, and listening to others be empowered is what we're called to do, to help open up the space for more to jump within, more to be with us. And so I have some amazing ladies. At the end of each of their conversations, we're going to be doing some gift giveaways. And at the end, today at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to go live and give away some big giveaways. And I'm going to share with you the free challenge in October for our Soul Tribe. So just something to think about, that's something to join in with. All right, Marissa, thank you. I'm going to jump in here, and from her, I will be doing one more reading after that before we close out this session. And I'm actually thinking like every Sunday, I feel like it would be fun to just take an hour, have tea, and just like challenge slight little messages like this. Of course, I do one-on-one calls, which are a lot more intense and deep dive within, but sometimes it's fun to just take things like this in a lighthearted way. Okay, Marissa. As I'm connecting into your space, Marissa, I feel like there is a male that's stepping forward. And it's interesting because I'm starting to feel like a lot of pressure pulsing in my brain and my skull. So let me sit with that, but I don't know, it just feels like maybe there's this uncertainty about where this male is at on the other side as far as his soul's growth. I don't know if that even makes sense with you or not, but sometimes when someone lives a tough life, or maybe they have different substances, or maybe they're living life in an unknown manner than to like what we think is okay for the other side's growth. I don't know why, but I'm just going to bring all this in, is it just feels like there's a circle of completion. I feel like this male just wants to come forward and confirm that his soul has grown and has moved forward and is in a space of peace and is in a space of healing that might look different than what traditionally he says that like we've been raised to believe, but it feels like there's a circle of completion and I see his soul growing bigger and bigger and expanding to really feeling connected and feeling the answers and feeling that love and that light and that connection within. But I feel like he's coming into the side, so that's where I'm trying to figure out who he is specifically or what that is. I don't know if that's connecting into maybe like a in-law side of the family or whatever that is, but I don't know. I just see him coming in with like brown hair and just being very playful and very fun and very kind of like dangerous or outgoing or adventurous, just like in this dynamic of really wanting to explore the world. And I don't know if there was some kind of medication involved or it feels like there was a lack of expression. So like a lack of maybe who that person was versus who they were at the end was different and slower or heavier or more dense is coming in. And I don't know if that's even connecting into your space or if that is for somebody else who is here. So please let me know what your thoughts are or if that could be someone else's loved one coming in. Maybe that's connecting into your space too, Katrina. So I'm just trying to sit with that because there is a male that's come forward and wants to relay that space of peace. That who he was and who he is at peace, is in a different place of love, of light. And it's interesting because now all of a sudden this person's just like gone. Like he's no longer in my sight, but when I was connecting in, I felt that strong presence there. So let me know if that makes sense with you or if you have any questions about that, or maybe that wasn't connected to you, maybe that's to someone else who really resonates with that. Please let me know, but this smell is just gone now. So I'm like, okay, whatever needed to be shared was shared for whoever it was to pick up on that. I don't quite know. Yeah, so let me connect in even further, Marissa, into your space. Completion with the male energy. That makes so. Marissa says, I'm not sure. I have an old friend pass away a few months ago, and I was devastated to hear. Katrina says, that makes sense for me. My brother-in-law was schizophrenic, has passed. Okay. I was wondering if that was connecting into you, Katrina. I was feeling something. I was like, I'm not quite sure which one that this was. So that would probably make sense for you then, because I'm leaning in. It's just like there's a space of completion, but like a space of vast freedom. Like just open into this beautiful space of freedom. But I also feel like a lot of different, of course, we know that medications have different, they can help us and then they can also cut down specific parts of us too. And so it feels like there was a lack of expression or almost like a numbing that also occurred, which caused things to be harder in a lot of ways, but more balanced as well. And so I'm kind of just like back and forth in that space too. But Katrina, I just feel like him saying like he's at peace and like everything is okay. And then I see him put on like these big clunky boots, like hiking boots with like these white, I do not like when people wear white tube socks, but I feel like there's these white tube socks. And like hiking up this hill of like freedom, looking out over the clouds and just being present and seeing all of the joy and all of the beauty that his soul experienced in this life and also to those to come. And so I don't know, and I just see like a fire and maybe the smell of fire or s'mores or something like that too, of a way of being connected to him and the family, but it feels like a smoky smell that's coming in as well. So I don't know how that resonates, something just to think about. Cynthia, just joining, looking forward to listening to the recording. That brings up, please, thank you. Yes, that would be Frank. I love that. Thank you, Katrina. Cynthia, yes, absolutely. I am so excited for you to be here. Thank you for joining. For those who don't know, in just a minute we're going to be done with the live readings because we're going to be having some amazing ladies connect in and to share how they've been able to embrace the medicine within, as we have this beautiful tribe of women who is seeking to really cultivate their life to bring a sweetness, a vitality, a refreshing space of life. We're building this community and this tribe of women doing the same. And I know that as each of us share what works for us, it opens up this beautiful space to invite others to be in as well. So I'm excited for you to be here. Thank you. Okay, so let me connect in for just a minute, Marissa, with you before we close up for the day. Marissa. I don't know, Marissa, if you are big into animals, but when I'm connecting into your space, I feel like this door opens and I see all of these different animals. All of these different animals here to help bring guidance and peace and understanding. And I don't know if you have a lot of animals or if you tend to be an animal lover, but it just feels like this soul to soul connection where you can just communicate with animals or just know about them or find everything fascinating about them. You know, I see like a lemur and a giraffe, like very safari feel coming in. And then I also see like a farm, like chickens and eggs, and I just see a lot of like all of these animals in your space. And so I don't know if you have done much with animal totems or if you have looked up different animals and the sacred meaning behind animals. For one of the giveaways, actually, I have this beautiful oracle card that's all about animals and the messages that they bring in. But Marissa, I just feel like you have the gift of communication with animals. And there are some mediums who do animal channelings or animal healings, and that might not be something you're comfortable with, but it just feels like this is the time to embrace this deep connection with animals because they bring such a freshness and a beauty and an excitement to life that is so sacred. And I feel like it can also cultivate your childlike love of animals as well. So I don't know how that all resonates and everything like that. But it just feels like there was a very beautiful space within of animals, and so trusting that deep connection that you have felt with them, and maybe even leaning into that to see where that could take you. There's a lot there with that, which is so fun and so like lighthearted, and it can be very liberating as well. So yeah, I don't know how that resonates. It sounds like you're saying yes, but just sit with that and think about it, because there could be a lot of new amazing opportunities that show up for you connecting into animals or spirit animals, different things like that. Cynthia says, I have so much to come in. I had so much come in for my dad and my dad's death yesterday. Anniversary of his death was yesterday. Karen Carpenter was planning to connect us. Oh, yeah. So you have had a lot there with his passing and everything like that too, because it's been quite a while, but it just feels like you've done a lot of things in memory and in honor of him. And I don't know if he was a big cake guy, but I'm just seeing like chocolate cake with like like when people have that German chocolate cake. I'm like seeing that, like having a having a piece of cake for him or something in like celebration or in honor of life. And maybe even recollecting when you have felt him around or the messages that have come in. There's so much beauty there, and you are so gifted in your sense of connection as well. So yeah, I'm so sorry. I know it can be tough going through those anniversary death dates, but I know that there's a lot of beautiful connection in that space too. And I'm even seeing lighting a candle and just saying a prayer for him and where he's at and his connection. And so I feel like he's definitely there, especially with you and your family at this time, as you of course already know. It's my mom's birthday today. He died the day before my mom's birthday. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, if you haven't had cake, I don't know if he really liked like German chocolate cake or if there was something with that, but he's like talking about having a piece of cake for him. So maybe that could be, a big connection in. So yeah. Candy says, have been seeing tons of butterflies and the smell of my aunt that just passed last month. Wow. Yeah, so you probably have had a lot of connection with her, felt her around, in a lot of ways. And I just see, like, even feeling like maybe you've heard someone breathing or felt an energy being breathing behind you, different things like that. I feel like her passing could have been a little bit more sudden in her aspect of like surrendering to that. Um, and so maybe there's something to sit into with that with her, of just honoring and embracing. And I'm seeing like a lot of rose quartz crystals too. Um, so yeah, just taking that time to connect in with her. Let me see if there's anything I'm getting with that. I'm feeling like my jaw, like all of a sudden, really tense and locking. I feel a lot of that pressure here, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if you've been experiencing that, Candy, or what, but I feel this deep pressure, this like, just like all right here, like locked jaw, different things like that. But um, he loved Karen Carpenter, and the song was playing. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. So, anyways, ladies, I know that I could do these readings for such a long time, and it's been so fun. Every Sunday morning, I want to start doing this and diving into this space. Good morning, Amber. Um, but moving forward with launch day today with the Beautiful Soul Tribe, I have 4 amazing women who are going to be going live with me. It's going to be about 30 minutes each of them, so at the top of every hour for about 30 minutes, we are going to have them share what they've done, connecting into their medicine. We're going to do a giveaway. Once again, at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to go live and do a big giveaway on top of share with you the challenge, the free challenge that our group is going to be, our tribe will be going through, all about deepening your connection to your ancestors in the month of October. So I'll be sharing more with you in that space. But for now, I do need to hop off so I can get ready for our interview with the beautiful Carrie. And I'm so excited as well for you to be here, Cynthia. Oh my, yes, last week actually, this is Candy, and keeping getting goose pimples on my arm, and roses were her favorite. Yeah, my jaw did lock up a few times. Yeah, there's something there with that. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to sit into that a little bit more. But all those things are showing up, just letting you know that her passing, maybe that she's at peace with her passing, and also maybe wants to make amends with different past relationships. And so I think it's a way of her learning to do so in a way that's comfortable with you, so that she can become more connected into that in the past. Will your next interview be on Facebook? Yes. So we're gonna do it on Zoom, but it's gonna be recorded. It'll be live on this group page as well. And so we're gonna have that going on, so you can hop on and still have comments here. On the Facebook, we'll be looking at that, but it's just gonna be from Zoom to here. It's a little bit easier to record, and then I'm gonna, clip things up and put them on the Modern Sages podcast as well. And so, of course, if you are interested, or if you want to be someone who is interviewed on the podcast, or even if that's not comfortable, or even just on the Facebook page, definitely message me, because I really want to bring this tribe together, and as we learn from each other, we can really grow. And of course, if you're interested in hosting some kind of gathering on the evening or something, sharing even deeper about what you do, helping other people move through that, we can do something like that too. So just let me know as we build this tribe. It's really fun and playful to just learn from others. So anyways, happy Sunday. I love you all. Thank you so much. And stay tuned for our first interview. It's going to be amazing. Bye.